Hey, what's up? It's Gabriella Marte here at Helps2. I'm excited to introduce to you guys a case study story that happened about a year ago with us here at Helps2. Today I'm going to be focusing on how to actually run Facebook ads to make money if you are selling a product. Here we go! So around this time in August of last year, we got to take on a new client. They were a clothing line based out of Los Angeles, and they had some key problems, and we got to help them solve those problems. Now, some of their key problems were exactly as follows. The first key problem was their website was in really bad condition. The second one was they weren't selling anything. They had a lot of inventory and merchandise, thousands of dollars worth to be exact, and they were not selling not one thing. And their third problem was their social media was definitely not streamlined with their branding. In fact, their branding was really all over the place and they had no sense of self or identity on the internet. We at Helps2 as a team got to help them do this, and it actually turned out really nicely. We only had to help them for a month. Super cool, super awesome. So let's get started. The first thing we helped them solve was their first problem. We fixed their website. We got to basically redo the branding. We told them, hey, this cursive font you're using is no bueno. We're gonna change it to a more modern font that would reach your audience. So we turned their branding into something that would reach the people they want it to reach and would actually target the people they desire to target. Because we're gonna focus in on the second problem, they weren't selling, we're gonna now talk about the third problem, which was their branding was not streamlined and their social media was not matching their branding. It was all over the place. Their website looked like one thing, their Facebook banner and cover photo looked like another brand. It was crazy. So what we did as a team, we took that essence of their website and we filtered it through all of their social media. So we had matching cover photos that had the same font and graphics and colors and pictures, and all of a sudden their brand looked like it was all one. So if somebody's following them on Facebook, which they did have a great Facebook following, 5,000 people.
Well, that's a lot of people, y'all.
Click through to their website and it looks just like Facebook. It's all cohesive. It looks like it's one company with the same mission and the same brand. So we made sure that was a thing. And you would be very surprised to how many people do not get this. How many clients we've taken on that absolutely don't understand that they need a streamlined branding effect. And lastly, we set up ads on Facebook, Facebook only. Super cool. This was the test. We wanted to sell only on Facebook and see what we needed to do to make this work. So we went ahead and we set up Facebook ads so that they could sell their product. We only set up 2 and we actually ended up making profit off those 2 ads. So I'm gonna take you right now to a tutorial on my computer and I wanna show you exactly what I did, because I was the one managing the ads, to help them sell their first week's products. I'm so excited about this because this was one of our biggest success stories of last year, and after this we got to relinquish their brand to them and let them do it on their own. This is what we love to do to coach people in this sense. So let's go.
Okay, so here we are. Here's my desktop on my computer. It was a lot messier, so for you guys, I cleaned it. I'm going to go ahead and bring up a Facebook page. Now, this is not the clothing line that we helped, and I am using kind of like a demo dummy page just to protect their identity. You know, not everybody wants to be on our YouTube videos, and I totally respect that. And so I'm going to pretend like this is a clothing line Facebook page today, and I'm going to actually show you the exact picture with some personal Photoshop editing that I did to protect their brand once again. But I'm going to show you the exact picture that worked to get people to start buying their brand after about, I don't know, 2-3 years of them not selling anything. So really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and pretend like this is a clothing line brand on Facebook. And I want to just show you what exactly I did. I'm going to even give you the exact copyright, meaning like the text that I put in the Facebook ad. So this is exactly what I did to basically help this clothing line that we're talking about and get them to start selling. So what I actually did is I clicked into this box right here, which is the post box, and I typed in a quote. I put success, if I could spell success, success is the sum, of details, and that's a quote by Harvey S. Firestone. So I put that, and then I skipped a line, and I put, we're loving the detail in our jackets, exclamation point. Click here to check them out. And that's all I did. And I also posted a link. So let's just pretend I'm going to go to our Helps To website, and let's just pretend that this is the actual link to the jacket, not just to the clothing line website, but you want the link to go straight to the jacket. And so let's just pretend, imaginary world with me here, that this is the link to the jacket. I put it here in the actual post box, and I let it auto-populate. Now, as you can see, which happens so very often with all of our clients, as it auto-populates, it gives you auto-populated images that it's sucking from our website. What you need to do is scroll down here and unclick all of these images, because we're going to actually put in our own detailed image of the jacket that we think is beautiful. So let me go back up here. Now the image is gone. I always, before I upload the image, take out the link. It just looks very tacky. So I take out the URL. It still is clickable. This is clickable. I'm going to actually change this to what it said. It said brand new jackets. And then I actually had a dash and then clothing line, the name of it. So the clothing line's name. So just pretend that that's the clothing line's name. And then I put here just a quick description. You're going to love these jackets. You can get fancy or be simple. Leather with whatever kind of detail. Give them the specifics of the jackets. And it really does help people to want to click through when they see that it's detailed, whatever kind of details. Okay. So did that, has the website name there. Okay. And now you want to make sure that your website looks good when you do this, because if it doesn't, nobody's going to want to buy. So you can't make a nice ad, and then if your website looks horrible, expect people to buy. I mean, maybe they will, but most likely they won't. So just to warn you on that, this is not a miracle. This is a selling tactic. So you got to have your funnel in place. A website should be in place, and the actual page that the jacket and the checkout process is on is the page that you're linking this ad to. Let's go find the actual picture. The picture is on my desktop, so let's go ahead and get that. And it's right here. I put this picture right here. It's fashion line PNG. Now, this is a picture that is formatted for Facebook ads, all right, and Facebook link ads. And you might want to just Google what those dimensions are. We've talked about it in our Facebook link ad tutorial. I will give a link at the bottom of this video to that tutorial so you can check it out. All the dimensions are in that video. You want to check that out, because if your picture isn't the right dimensions, Facebook will not portray it correctly, or it might look weird. So you just want to be sure that you're doing that. Now, as you notice, when I uploaded that picture, my description changed. So you might want to just make sure that that stays the same. I forget what we put, but let's just put leather jackets are in. And then I put clothing line, the name of the clothing line. Okay, and then you want to put whatever description of leather jackets are in with detail from France and are the newest thing in LA or something like that. Okay, we have the actual text, looks good, everything's spelled right. You want to make sure that looks great. One thing I want to point out is that I wrote click here to check them out. I know that sounds as if it's a little too blatant, but and it might be a little too salesy to you, but you got to realize there's so much in people's news feeds that when you actually look at something, they might not even think to themselves. People get mindless. Hey, I need to click that to check it out. And so sometimes helping people out by saying it triggers something in their brains. In fact, it's been proven by marketing scientists. I call them marketing scientists, but it has been proven, and there's a lot of research on saying things like click here, check it out now, things like that. It really do help people to click through. Okay, so what you're going to do is publish it. Now, just to be completely honest with you, I typically wait probably about, a day, and I let people interact with it, because the higher your engagement rate with your actual following on your page gives you a cheaper ad rate. So that's kind of what you want, the cheapest ad rate. You want everything as cost effective as it possibly can be. But if you look at this right here, if Hugs for Wednesday was an actual clothing line, this is very appealing. The picture, it looks very modern. It represents something that a clothing line might actually be selling. Very focused in on the detail. I know that's different, a different angle, but that's what actually captures people, are differences. Another thing that captures people are actual people like themselves in the picture, wearing it from like a front angle, side angle, looking very cool. It also has a faded overtone to the picture, just some things to realize that really go well with the clothing industry. So you got to kind of figure out what works for your industry. Now, really quick, you go down here to boost posts after you've waited for it to get engagement, and you set your dimensions and you set your terms, okay? So you can choose a button, which I love. I would click shop now and then put a link to the actual page that you would shop now on, okay? And then go down here. We actually have an audience that we selected and created, which you can do that right here by creating a new audience that is for clothing lines. So for this clothing line in specific, so I'm not going to click it because it has the clothing line's name, but it would pop up here after you create it, and we created it by just clicking this button here. So you click this and you put, clothing line name right here, you type it in. So let's see, let's just go ahead and do it for the sake of this. Clothing line name, and we put women because these are women's jackets when we were selling them, so you need to kind of figure out what kind of terms and people and demographic you're selling to. And we put 18 to 35 because we were reaching, more of the millennial aged woman. Now, we put mainly California, the West Coast, when it came to this, because this clothing line was in LA and we wanted to sell more so locally. Now, California is a huge state, so local is kind of interpreted in this sense. Now, interest is huge. You want to put in brands that your fans, customers, whoever is going to be buying what you're selling are interested in. So brands that you actually might be competing with. So we put brands like Forever 21, other things like H&M. Let's see if it comes up here. H&M. There we go. And so on and so forth. And so we went ahead and Zara, see it kind of starts to auto-populate for you. Urban Outfitters, definitely the style that this clothing line wanted to go after and portray. Save it. It should come up soon. There you go. Clothing line name. That's it right there. We're selling to United States, California. We're reaching these people who like these brands. All right. So once you do that, you scroll down here. You set your budget. We set a budget of, honestly, I'm not going to even lie to you, $10. And in the first week, we saw that $10 ad actually went on to sell about, I believe, $30 worth of products. So that was a good return on investment. So we were like, let's jack it up and make sure we do the same ad. But since it's working, let's just kind of blow it out of the water and do more money. So that's how we got them to sell within the first 3 weeks of working with them. Now this ad will reach about 1,800 to 4,800 people. You can choose the duration for how many days you want it to run. We ran ours for a week. The first $10 ad that we did, saw that it worked, met again together, and said, hey, let's do more. And it was really cool. It was really cool to see that happen. Make sure your credit card's in there. Choosing a pixel has to do with your website. So maybe you want to put in and set up a pixel with Facebook, and maybe we should do a video on this because you can get into the depths of pixels and it'll take a long time. But basically what pixels do is it kind of retargets people that have already been on your website, which I think is super valuable and would be great for something like this. Unfortunately, we had never ran an ad like this before, so we didn't have a pixel installed and it wouldn't have been too much of use to this. So, but over time, pixels are super useful. You click the boost button and that's it. That's exactly what you would do to run an ad like this. I'm not going to boost it because I don't want to boost this ad from Hugs for Wednesday because it's not a real clothing line. But that's exactly how you do it, you guys. And I hope that this has served its purpose to help you.
So I hope that was super informative to you, and I hope that you get a good sense of how to sell your product online, because it can be treacherous if you have no idea where to start. So hopefully here it helps you. We are helping you do that. Please take a look around if you are on our YouTube page or our Facebook page and get to know our other content. We have tons of free videos and tons of free blogs all available to you to help you grow your product line, your business, or your creative endeavor. And we are so excited to do that. As well as that, subscribe and please sign up for our newsletter, because we're always sending out beautiful products, ebooks, premium things that are not available just with our social media and on our website. So we cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.